Hey everyone, today I'm reviewing Tropez SelfTann Extra Dark Mousse. This is one of their newer mousses. I'll be telling you all about the self-tanner and my experience when using it, and at the end I'll be giving you my final rating. So to start off with, this mousse is $45 for a 6.7 ounce bottle. That's pretty expensive. It's almost $7 an ounce, so that's definitely a pricey self-tanner. So one bottle is $45, that's almost 50 bucks, very expensive. And this is a mousse. It has a great texture. It holds its texture well. It's not runny or watery. It's light and airy, but it has the darkest guide I've ever seen. It's like a black guide. It's so dark. And honestly, I was a little intimidated by it at first. The smell is good, but not great. It has a fresh smell that's very strong. I think that they had to make it pretty strong to probably overpower all the DHA they put in here. But it kind of smells like a lot of Tropez products. They're not my absolute favorite smell, but they're not the worst either. But I do like the fresh smell. It wasn't bad, but by the next morning, I could definitely smell more DHA than the fresh smell. So the DHA definitely came through the next morning and I didn't smell good. Applying it is so messy just due to the guide. So you have to use a mitt when applying this one. I don't know how you'll apply it without a mitt. Even with a mitt, it was messy. But once I started rubbing it into my skin, the black guide turned kind of a dark green color, and the guide never fully blended into my skin. So I was left looking dark green and very streaky. My husband was calling me the Hulk because I looked green and scary. So I was a little intimidated by that. I was kind of worried with how my tan was going to turn out. And I was just uber careful not to touch anything because this guide is so dark it'll definitely stain. So for those of you who are new to self-tanners, I would definitely start with something other than this, just because there's not a lot of room for error with it, and it is intimidating, honestly. The drying time. So this one took longer to dry than most. It took about an hour until it fully dried, but at least it fully dried. Some of them out there don't dry fully at all. But the hour it took to dry, I felt really sticky, really tacky, and I had to be just so careful not to touch anything because of the dark guide. So it took longer to dry than I'd like. The results. So the results of this one I really liked. The next morning, when I showered off my tan, I literally saw like so much black coming off of my body. I thought I'd be left with no tan at all. But I was pleasantly surprised when I got out, dried off. I had a dark brown tan. It wasn't orange, it looked very natural. It was just brown, kind of bronzy looking. I looked like I had been in the sun, so I really liked the color. But I don't know that the extra dark is that much different than their dark. It might be like one shade darker, but it's not that much darker, to be honest. So I just want to let you guys know that. But the tan is really nice. Yeah, I just looked like I'd been on vacations and I really liked how it looked. My tan lasted about 5 to 6 days, but this one fades really bad. So usually like the darker your tan is, the worse it fades. You kind of get that speckly, patchy looking skin, and this one is no exception. It kind of faded like if you guys know how spray tans fade, you kind of get that lizard-like skin. That's how this one faded. And their dark fades a lot better. So this one, I honestly think I prefer their dark because the color is not that much different and the dark just fades better than this one does. This one might be like a teensy bit darker, but it's not overwhelmingly darker. And it just didn't look that good as it faded. I feel like it dried my skin out. Men, I think you will like this one. The color looks really great. The color payoff is worth the messy application, but beware of the messy application because the guide is very scary. And also beware of how it fades just because it's not very natural as it fades. So that brings me to my overall rating, and I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. So I did like it. I definitely think it's better than your average self-tanner, but like I mentioned, I still think I like their dark better than the ultra dark. And this isn't my holy grail of ultra dark self-tanners. There's ultra dark self-tanners that I like better out there, but I would definitely use this one again. The color is great. So I want to know if you guys have tried this new product and what you think about it. Comment below, or if you have another self-tanner out there you want me to try, you can comment that as well. And for more information on this self-tanner and many others, please visit us online and on social media.